Hello and welcome to What's the 411.com, your source for news, sports, entertainment, and lifestyles. As you can see, we're here at the Ralph Lauren Center for Cancer Care and Prevention, where legendary New York Knick Walt Clyde Frazier is relaunching his book, Rockin' Steady. We talk to all the participants.
And the clock is high. Your dad is really, really rich, and your mom is good. So hush, little baby, don't.
Dr. Harold Lawrence is president and founder of the Ralph Lauren Center for Cancer Care and Prevention. Doctor, for folks that really don't know much about this center, give us a little background.
The center is a gift from Mr. Ralph Lauren, who embraced the idea that people should not die in Harlem because they're poor. And he and I had a conversation 10 years ago. He embraced that idea. He gave the money to build this center. As a partner, we brought in Memorial Sloan Kettering, perhaps the best cancer center in the world. So we have a center here that is open to everyone. We don't turn away anybody. A third of the patients who come here have no insurance. The mission of the Ralph Lauren Center is to reduce the high cancer rate of Black and Hispanic Americans who live in Harlem. And we're having some success.
The man of the hour, Walt Clyde Frazier, is here relaunching his book. What's relevant about the book today as it was when you first wrote it?
That I haven't really changed that much. Okay. You know, I was a pioneer in many ways. I was one of the first guys into physical training throughout the year. You know, health and diet. I was taking vitamins and doing all of that back in the 70s. And, you know, obviously my passion for fashion, I was into the clothes. So a lot of the young players credit me with bringing the bling into the NBA.
And your book, proceeds are going to this center as well.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of donating my books to the church, Abyssinian Church. We're doing it here, going into the schools. So it's something I'm happy that I'm still viewed as a positive role model by a lot of people, and I don't take that for granted, and I feel I should give back, and I'm becoming more active in doing so.
Well, I know one thing. If you look under the dictionary, under the word cool, you'll see this gentleman's face right there. Walt Clyde Frazier, thanks so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Co-author Ira Burko joins us here on What's the 411.com. And Ira, this book was released almost 30 years ago. What made it relevant then and what makes it relevant now?
Well, it was released like 36 years ago. And what makes it relevant is Clyde. Because Clyde's insights into not only to basketball but to life are today. When it came out in 1974, it turned out to be a cult book. I mean, people would come, years later they would come over to me and they'd say that I used to memorize parts of the book. To have it reissued, you know, almost a third of a century later or more is a great thrill for me, and I think and for Clyde as well.
Dr. Brian Harper is the Chief Operating Officer and Medical Director of the Ralph Lauren Cancer Care Center and Prevention as well. This is a very amazing facility. How do you get the word out to the people in the community that this is available to them?
Okay, well, this event is in fact one of the things that we do to try to promote the usage and the utilization of the center. In addition, we have a group of outreach workers who go out into the grassroots community, go to health fairs, we go to churches, we go to local community-based organizations to let them know that the center exists, as well as I go out and I do presentations explaining how the high cancer mortality rate in Harlem and the surrounding communities, that it's important for us to be screened appropriately, to eat appropriately, and to do what we need to do to help lower that high mortality rate.
The MC for tonight's event, Josh Elliott from ABC. Josh, you know, kind of stuck your foot in your mouth there a little bit, admitting you're a Laker fan.
Oh, you know what? You got to do it. You know, look, the New Yorkers are my people too. If it wasn't LA, it would have to be New York. And you know, I had to pick a team to kind of root for, just to kind of make things interesting while I lived here. I'd love to see the Knicks turn it all around, especially since the window's now closed, I think, on my Lakers. But I have to be honest. I'm a journalist. I have to be honest and objective. So I knew I was throwing myself to the wolves.
Yeah, before we get into the basketball aspect of this evening, this whole event is a great event for the community. Walt Clyde Frazier, just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, as Dr. Freeman said, you shouldn't have to die because you're poor. And you know, this is an insidious disease, and it does not strike the wealthy. It does not just strike the well-to-do or the people who can afford to take care of it. It's centers like this that are all important because, let's face it, cancer untreated in communities where it can go untreated can do hideous amounts of damage. So it is absolutely vital that things like this happen. It's absolutely vital that the people who can give back do.